Okay, so I am Reed, and this is my presentation on crawfish, and their scientific name is Procambarus clarkii. So, crawfish live primarily in aquatic habitats, such as rivers, lakes, ponds, and swamps. They mainly live in freshwater, but they do have variants from saltwater, and that's actually because they evolved from saltwater crustaceans, and just some of them still have gone back to the saltwater. So predator or prey, crawfish are actually both. Their primary predators are large bass, birds, and other large fish, and frogs as well. And then crawfish are omnivores, primarily eating on dead plants and smaller fish. But then to add on to that, crawfish can also act as scavengers, just like buzzards or vultures um, do on land. Crawfish will find usually traditionally like large dead animals, so like a larger fish or a frog, um, and use their claws to tear that up as well. So kind of just like I said, crawfish uses its large claws to obtain their food. That's how it obtains food. Similar to a lobster, it will use its claws to capture food and then tear it up, or they can also use it to defend themselves. So evolutionary advantages. So as we just talked about, claws and pincers to eat and to defend themselves. The muscular tail is probably the most important, um, just because it's better to run away than to try and sit there and defend itself with its claws. And it uses its tail to just propel itself um, backwards to kind of quickly escape. And then its gills and respiratory system are probably the most like unique trait because while it did evolve from lobsters, the main you can kind of tell it's extremely similar structure-wise to a lobster, but the main thing that changed was its respiratory system because it evolved to be able to take fresh water instead of just salt water. And then that also explains why they're actually smaller. Um, so the importance to the ecosystem. So the phylogeny of the crawfish is astid ast Astacidia. And just like I was saying earlier, that's because they came from other crustaceans in the ocean, such as primarily lobsters, their direct ancestor, but other things like shrimp and krill and any hard-shelled crustacean. And then they evolved into the ecosystem of freshwater. And then their importance to the ecosystem, they keep small fish populations low, and then they also somewhat act as a decomposer in the sense that they kind of clean up lots of dead waste um, around their ecosystems. And then we actually have a video using of the crawfish using their claws and tails to escape a bass. Okay, and then that is my presentation, and then the two main sources I used was a um, Catherine Sadie Gross publication, and then also a article posted by Virginia Tech.